Let's talk about something you've probably felt. You're swimming in data, just drowning in spreadsheets and dashboards, but when it's time to make a big call, you're still relying on your gut. Well, today we're going to break down a Georgetown University course that's designed to fix that, to turn all that noise into your sharpest decision-making tool.
You know the feeling, right? You've got data coming at you from every direction. But the real question is, how do you turn it from a jumbled mess into a clear insight that actually helps you make a better choice? How do you get from just having data to truly using it?
Right, this is what we're talking about, the data dilemma. It's this huge pressure we all have to be data-driven. But if you don't have the right framework or the right skills, you're not being data-driven, you're just lost. And you end up making these massive calls based on what feels right instead of what the evidence is telling you.
But there is a way to bridge that gap, and that's where this course from Georgetown comes in. It's called Data-Driven Decision-Making, and it's built specifically for professionals who need to learn how to turn data into real, effective strategy without having to, quit their jobs to do it. And let's be super clear here. This is not about some dusty, abstract theory. It's a whole new way of thinking that you can literally start applying the next day at work, whether you're in marketing, HR, or finance. It's about building real, tangible skills that will guide you for the rest of your career. So, what's actually in this new toolkit? What are the skills you're going to walk away with? Let's get into the nitty-gritty and look at what you'll master module by module. Okay, so Module 1 is all about getting the fundamentals right. You'll cover where data comes from and the different kinds of analytics. But here's the really cool part. You'll learn how to spot when data is being used to trick you. We've all seen those charts, right? The ones where they mess with the y-axis to make a tiny little bump look like a mountain. Yeah, you'll learn to see right through that stuff, all by looking at real business examples. And this idea is so important. It's this journey they call the knowledge continuum. See, having raw data is just the starting point. The real magic, the skill, is in turning those random numbers into useful information, then turning that information into actionable knowledge, and finally, into real strategic wisdom. It's a process.
Then in Module 2, things get really hands-on. You move from just understanding data to actively putting it to work. You'll learn how to ask the right questions to get the data you actually need. And this is huge. You'll learn to finally understand the difference between correlation and causation. I mean, just think about how many terrible business decisions have been made because someone confused those two.
And this slide just lays out that transformation so perfectly. You go from this before state of just guessing, making vague requests, and following assumptions, to this after state of total clarity. You're asking sharp questions, you're assessing risk properly, and you're making decisions based on what's really going on. Now I know what you might be thinking. A university course? Who has time for that? I get it. The great thing is, this program was designed from the ground up with a busy professional schedule in mind. They call it the Self-Directed Learning Plus model, and it's basically the best of both worlds. You get the flexibility to do the work when it fits your schedule, but you also get real-time, structured connection with your instructors and the other people in the course.
So here's what a typical week looks like. You've got online discussions and some really practical assignments, things like analyzing a misleading chart or drafting a data-backed email to a coworker. So this isn't just busy work, it's stuff you can use right away. And the whole week is anchored by a required 1-hour live session on Zoom, so you actually get to connect with everyone.
And you'll have 4 of those live sessions over the whole course. They're on Tuesday evenings, so it's a consistent time to check in, ask questions, and learn from a whole group of other professionals who are wrestling with the exact same challenges you are. And everything builds toward this final project, which is about as practical as it gets. You're not writing some long theoretical paper. Nope. You are going to build a real slide deck with your own audio narration to brief your own team on how to get better at using data. You're literally applying what you learned before the course is even over. Okay, so you do all this work. You build this new skill set. What's the final payoff? What do you actually walk away with? Well, for starters, you earn a formal certificate from Georgetown University. Look, in a world where pretty much everyone claims to be data-driven, this is a real credential that proves you actually have the skills to back it up. That sends a pretty powerful message. So let's just quickly hit the key numbers. The tuition is $1,295, and you get 24 contact hours of instruction. But this last number is what really jumps out at me. The class size is less than 24 students. This isn't one of those massive online courses where you're just a face in the crowd. It's a small group, which means you're going to get real, personalized attention. You know, this quote just sums it all up perfectly, doesn't it? From data chaos to decision clarity. It's about giving you the mindset and the tools to cut right through all the noise and start making confident decisions backed by actual evidence. No more just guessing.
So the only question left is, are you ready to make that shift? Are you ready to stop just looking at data and start actually leading with it? This could be your chance to become that data-savvy leader that every organization is looking for right now.